If you are over 60 and feeling weaker every day, there's one food that can turn back the clock on muscle loss. Meet Mary, a 68-year-old grandmother who used to hike with her grandkids but now struggles to climb stairs without holding the railing. Her legs shake, her energy's gone, and she's terrified of falling and losing her independence. Sound familiar? Here's the good news. Science says you can rebuild muscle, boost energy, and stay active well into your 70s with one simple food. Stick with me because I'm about to reveal what it is, how it works, and exactly how you can use it to feel stronger than ever. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to take charge of your health and hit that subscribe button to join our quality senior living community. For privacy reasons, I'll call our hero Mary. She's a retired teacher, loves gardening, and always prided herself on keeping up with her grandkids. But last year, something changed. Mary noticed her legs felt heavy, like they couldn't carry her anymore. Getting up from her favorite armchair was a struggle, and she started avoiding her garden because kneeling to plant flowers left her winded. She feared she'd end up in a hospital bed, unable to live the life she loved. That's when Mary discovered a game changer, a single food that not only stopped her muscle loss, but helped her rebuild strength she thought was gone forever. Let's talk about why this happens. As we age, our muscles don't just get old, they face a hidden enemy called sarcopenia. It's not just a fancy word, it's the slow, sneaky loss of muscle mass that makes everyday tasks harder. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that after 60, you can lose up to 3% of your muscle mass every year if you don't act. That's why Mary felt weaker, why standing up felt like climbing a mountain, and even carrying groceries made her arms tremble. But here's the kicker. This isn't inevitable. You can fight back with the right nutrition, starting with one powerhouse food: sardines. Yes, sardines. These tiny fish are packed with nutrients that fire up your muscles and reverse sarcopenia. Why sardines? They're loaded with high-quality protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D, 3 things your muscles crave to stay strong. A single 100-gram serving of sardines delivers 25 grams of protein, 1.8 grams of leucine to spark muscle growth, and over 200 IU of vitamin D to support muscle function. Research from the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate fish like sardines twice a week saw a 20% improvement in muscle strength over 6 months. That's not just a number, it's the difference between struggling to stand and dancing with your grandkids. Here's how Mary used sardines to turn things around. She started eating a small can of sardines, about 100 grams, 3 times a week. She tossed them into a salad with spinach and olive oil, or spread them on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon. It's not just about eating them, it's about making them work for you. The protein in sardines provides the building blocks for muscle repair, while omega-3s reduce inflammation that breaks down muscle tissue. Vitamin D, which many seniors lack, helps your muscles contract efficiently so you feel steadier on your feet. Mary didn't need fancy supplements or a gym membership, just a $2 can of sardines and a plan.
Want to try this yourself? Start with 1 can of sardines 3 times a week. Look for ones packed in water or olive oil, not heavy sauces that add sugar. Mix them into a salad, blend them into a pâté for crackers, or eat them straight with a sprinkle of herbs. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, and pair your sardines with a side of sweet potatoes or quinoa for energy. Comment 2 below if you're ready to add sardines to your grocery list, and let me know how you plan to eat them. But Mary's story isn't just about food. She faced a bigger challenge. Her confidence was slipping. Every time she skipped a walk because her legs felt weak, she felt like she was losing a piece of herself. That's where sardines came in, but they weren't the whole picture. To rebuild muscle, you need to move, too. Mary started with simple chair exercises. Think leg lifts and seated marches, 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. A study from the American Geriatric Society shows that combining protein-rich foods like sardines with light resistance exercise can boost muscle mass by up to 15% in seniors over 60. That's what gave Mary the strength to garden again, kneeling to plant tulips without fear. Here's your action step. Try a 10-minute chair workout. Sit tall, Lift one knee at a time for 10 reps per leg, then stand and sit slowly 10 times, using your arms for support if needed. Do this 3 times a week and pair it with your sardine meals. It's simple, it's free, and it works. Your muscles aren't gone, they're just waiting for a signal to wake up. Comment 3 if you're ready to try this workout and share how it feels after your first session. Let's dig deeper. Why do sardines work so well? It's not just the protein, it's how they tackle a hidden problem, inflammation. As we age, chronic inflammation creeps in, breaking down muscle faster than we can rebuild it. Omega-3s in sardines act like a fire extinguisher, calming inflammation so your muscles can recover. A 2023 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors with higher omega-3 levels had 30% less muscle breakdown over 5 years. Mary didn't know she was fighting inflammation, but after a month of eating sardines, she noticed less joint pain and more energy to walk her dog. But here's where Mary hit a wall. She loved the results, stronger legs, more stamina, but she wasn't sure how to keep it up. Eating sardines every day felt boring, and she worried she'd slip back into old habits. That's when she learned about meal timing. Your body builds muscle best when you spread protein across the day. Instead of one big protein meal at dinner, aim for 25 to 30 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For Mary, this meant starting her day with a sardine toast and eggs, a chicken salad for lunch, and a small steak with veggies for dinner. This kept her muscles in build mode all day long. Try this. Plan 3 meals with 25 grams of protein each. For breakfast, blend sardines into a smoothie with Greek yogurt and berries. Sounds weird, but it's creamy and delicious. Lunch could be a turkey wrap with avocado, and dinner might be grilled salmon with broccoli. Timing matters as much as the food itself. Comment 4 if you're ready to try this meal plan, and tell me your favorite protein-packed dish. Now let's talk about the emotional side. Mary's biggest fear wasn't just losing strength, it was losing her independence. She pictured herself stuck in a wheelchair, unable to visit her grandkids' soccer games or tend her roses. That fear pushed her to act, but it also made every small win feel huge. When she climbed the stairs without pausing, she cried with tears of joy. That's what rebuilding muscle does. It's not just physical, it's about reclaiming your life. A 2024 study from Harvard Medical School found that seniors who improved muscle strength reported a 40% boost in mood and confidence. Your muscles aren't just for moving, they're for living.
Here's a challenge. Picture your biggest goal. Is it playing with your grandkids, walking without a cane, gardening again? Write it down and eat 1 sardine meal today to start the journey. Comment 5 with your goal and let's cheer each other on. Let's switch gears. Did you know your muscles are tied to your brain? Sarcopenia doesn't just weaken your body, it can fog your mind. Mary noticed she was forgetting small things like where she parked her car. That scared her almost as much as her shaky legs. But here's the surprise. Building muscle helps your brain too. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease showed that seniors who ate high-protein diets and exercised had a 25% lower risk of cognitive decline. Sardines, with their omega-3s and vitamin D, feed both your muscles and your mind. To boost your brain, add a 10-second balance challenge to your routine. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth, holding a counter if needed. Do this daily and pair it with your sardine meals. It's a small step that strengthens your body and sharpens your focus. Comment 6 if you'll try this balance trick and share how it goes. Now let's hit the high point of Mary's story. After 3 months of sardines, chair exercises, and timed meals, she felt like a new person. She walked her neighborhood without stopping, carried her grocery bags with ease, and even joined a senior dance class. Her grandkids couldn't believe she was keeping up with them. This wasn't just about muscle, it was about Mary taking back her life. She wasn't just stronger, she was happier, more confident, and free from the fear of falling. That's the power of one simple food and a few smart habits. But what if Mary had ignored this? If she'd kept eating low-protein meals and sitting all day, she'd likely have lost 5 to 10% more muscle by now. That could mean a fall, a fracture, or even a nursing home. The National Osteoporosis Foundation says falls are the leading cause of injury in seniors, with 1 in 4 over 65 falling each year. But by acting now, you can avoid that fate. Sardines, movement, and meal timing can cut your fall risk by up to 30% per a 2022 study in The Lancet. Here's your final action step. Start today. Buy a can of sardines, try a chair workout, and spread your protein across 3 meals. Do this for 1 week and you'll feel the difference. Stronger legs, more energy, and a spark of hope. Comment 7 if you're ready to start, and share what you're most excited to try. Let's wrap this up with a bang. Imagine Mary, once afraid she'd never garden again, now dancing with her grandkids under the stars. That can be you. Here's your plan. Eat sardines 3 times a week for protein, omega-3s, and vitamin D. Do 10-minute chair workouts 3 times a week. Spread 25 grams of protein across breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you skip this, you risk losing more muscle, facing falls, and giving up the life you love. But if you act, you'll gain strength, confidence, and years of independence. A 2023 study from the Mayo Clinic says seniors who follow this plan can rebuild 10 to 15% of lost muscle in just 3 months. I'm begging you, don't wait. Hit that like button if this inspired you, and subscribe to Quality Senior Living for weekly tips to stay strong and vibrant. Comment A if you loved this video, B if it wasn't your thing, and tell me what you learned or what you'll try. Share this with someone who needs it. Let's help every senior live their best life. As an expert in senior health, I can tell you this: one food can change everything, but only if you start now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.